And we're live, people. Deluded, I'm back again. First things first, I hope you're all enjoying your weekend. Happy Sunday to everyone. Extra happy Father's Day to the active fathers out there, and obviously the ones that are here, big them up. And sadly, those that have passed away, may God bless their souls. Big up you lot if you're on Twitch. Big up you lot if you're on YouTube. Smash the like button, etc. Now, football never stops. I know the season's done. We're in the transfer window. We're seeing many different tournaments being held at international level, youth and men's level. Obviously, you got the Club World Cup, but the transfers is all we care about. Definitely, if you're an Arsenal fan, you just want to see signings. We heard, Mikel Arteta saying he wants to be excited and goosebumps and all of this. I'm sure you lot are all keenly following. I hope you're following my content, but you're probably following the whole Gyokeres business. It seems like it's just a lot of drama, and one wonders actually what's going on there, like, because what's being reported and what's actually happening, God knows, in it really. You're seeing agents come out and speak, presidents come out and speak, Gyokeres come and make indirects on Instagram. 1 minute he's getting United, then he's getting rejected. Now Arsenal's the first choice. Arsenal apparently have pulled away from it. Sesko and Gyokeres, are we going to get neither? Are we going to get both? Which one are we going to get? Is Berta winning the war? Is Arteta going to get Sesko, which prior to Berta we would have thought? And everything in between, really and truly, man. But for me, I welcome opinions, so please share them. Please smash the like button. I'd love either striker. I'd love both, definitely. But most importantly, I'm at the point now, bro, sign someone in it, holding shirts. Like, because that's the conversation I want it to shift to. Like, we've got a striker. Everything's been dotted. Every I's been dotted. Every T's been crossed. How is Arteta going to get the best out of them? Are they going to share the burden on Bukayo Saka and etc., man? So yeah, big up yourselves, man. I said DC, but nonetheless, one love. And I want to say big up to, well, because you got AJ in your name. I don't think it's you, but yeah, big up AJ, man. I met one of you on the train, mate. First World Cup game was boring. I'm not going to lie to you. We are going to get the watch-alongs going for the Club World Cup, but bro, some are going to get a miss. I'm not going to lie. 9-0, not surprising. Is that in relation to Bayern Munich against Auckland City? Spare a thought for Auckland, though, man, because literally they're part-timers. Literally, some of their players had to take time off to play against Bayern Munich. It's not really fair in that regards. Stadiums are half empty. They're robbing people, bro. People can't afford it, bro. People can't afford it, because like at some point it's greed. Like, people can't afford it. Life is life in for everyone. Everything is expensive. I'm sure there's a bunch of people that either in America or Canada or wherever the Club World Cup is being played, people that live in this country that would love to go over them sides, but can't afford it. You can't afford it. And at some point, they're going to have to eat humble pie. We all know the Club World Cup being expanded was not for reasons for people that like football. It's just more games, more money. You've seen it with the Nations League now. And they played a blinder with the Nations League. I'm not going to lie, because it is a glorified friendly. Players have been dissing it. You get a couple of good games, the Spains, the Frances, everybody's kind of taking it seriously. And now it's being used as kind of a bargaining chip in the Ballon d'Or conversations. They played a blinder. They don't care, man. Come on, the World Cup game should be cheap. Too much, bro. At the end of the day, yeah, they know we love football, regardless of what team you support. Some people follow teams, some people follow players, some people do both. Some people, will follow their club to the ends of the earth physically, no matter where they're playing. Football's an emotional game. Like, it's an emotional game. Again, as I said earlier, yeah, life is real. Shopping's expensive. The job market is poor. Everything is mad. If you were to look at somebody's living expenses and whatever, yeah, and, the bills, their little luxuries, they will cut their Netflix accounts. They'll probably even tell their kids, you can't go do football, those extracurricular activities before they get rid of their season tickets. So these fat cats that run the game, they know this and they buy us, man. So yeah, it is what it is. Depending on the price, I would have Foden. I'm not gonna lie, I don't buy Phil Foden rumors with Arsenal. 100%, I don't. I'd have him. I'd have him. He's a quality player, very talented. He can play in a bunch of roles, a winner, all of those kind of things. And we need backup for Bukayo Saka on that right hand side. So why not? I don't know. Who knows? We might even put Saka left back for him. Such as the England shouts, man. I need a Father's Day message from DJ and all the Arsenal fans. Hey, Marcel, behave yourself. Behave yourself about father. Big up my actual dad. Hey, Marcel, you see if I didn't clock that the username, I was about to be very rude and offensive, but it's all love. Big up the channel's favorite nitty, man. The fact that we are linked with Foden just shows that we should only be listening to Fabrizio and Ornstein, but DG needs the rumors for his job. I mean, I don't need the rumors. I just want to chat football with you lot, but you are right, man. It makes the content itself really. Really, Phil Foden, before we even talk about the transfer fee, before we talk about the wages, we just all know it's not going to happen. You watching Soccer Aid? Nah. I'd be more interested in a Soccer Aid of normal people, man. Like, nah. big up the celebs and the cause and whatnot, but it just, I don't know. It doesn't draw me to, like, there's nothing. I don't know how you make it make sense, but I'm not drawn to watch it. Keith, appreciate you, man. Yeah, Marcel, behave yourself, man. Fans don't just support clubs; they live and breathe them. For many, their club is part of who they are. Exactly, exactly that, And unfortunately, the people that run football, they know this, and they're gonna ride the pause until the wheels fall off. Really and truly, they're gonna find every way possible to squeeze every penny. That's what they're gonna do, man. That is what they're gonna do, man. Arsenal home for neglected footballers. I hope not, man. I hope not. I really hope not, man. We need some players that makes me sit there and think, you know what, we could probably win the Premier League or potentially get over the line. Champions League, if we're in the semi-finals and we have a couple of chances to overturn a defeat, and the first 20 minutes play out like in the second leg against PSG, we got players that put the ball in the back of the net. And we all know what needs to happen next season at some capacity, in some way, no matter how it is. Obviously, I don't think fans would necessarily be happy with the league or FA Cup, but there has to be a parade. There has to be silverware next year. There has to be. PSG versus Atletico, watch along. Nah, man, I've just been watching like the science of YouTube and things, man. I've been setting myself homework, man. It's like a footballer. Like the watch alongs at playing games. We've got to do some tactical analysis and whatnot, man. I can't lie. The opening game of the Club World Cup was decent last night. It was an entertaining 0-0. I hear it. I don't quite know Foden's best position on the pitch. What problem is Foden solving in the first 11? And it'd be quite expensive. You're right, yeah, but sometimes there's exceptions for the rule, man. Man said, chill out. Well, Harvey, calm down, bro. Who's not chilled? What do you mean? Chill out about what? But back to Phil Foden, there's exceptions to the rule. At the end of the day, he's a bloody good footballer, isn't it? He's a bloody good footballer. For argument's sake, if we had Phil Foden, I reckon he takes Odegaard's spot. He can play off that right. You actually could play him off the left. You can play him deeper in midfield. But I do agree with you in that you don't really know what he solves, because our priority is an out-and-out left winger. It is a striker. It is assuming Zubamendi's done. But to us, we ain't seen no shirts. Central midfield, but I'm having him. I'll boot every time Foden touches the ball. Dead. I don't think the Foden news is real, but he's at least it's a new name, because I must admit I'm getting tired of the Gyokeres Sesko business. Please miss me with Foden. Everyone's been slandering him for years. Kevin De Bruyne finally falls off, and Foden isn't filling any holes. Suddenly we are linked with him. Fair play. Foden is nonsense. Freddie, in relation to who I can actually see us signing, if you put a gun to my head, I mean, I'm just a football fan, but we're probably going to sign Gyokeres now. But if you put a gun to my head, I think Zubamendi, bit of a cheat code. And I would say Sesko, if I'm honest. I can't say I think we're going to get Gyokeres in where I don't know how you lot feel, but the Nico Williams, the Phil Fodens, the Rodrygos, Julian Alvarez, there's been some silly links. Probably, I don't think we get them. As much as I've missed watching my team play, I'm kind of happy they're not in it because of the risk of injuries, and players need rest and to be ready for pre-season. I feel sorry for a lot of players because the last few years we've had the Euros and World Cup in quick succession. We all know about the Nations League, the pointless international friendlies. Some clubs, as soon as the last ball was kicked in the Premier League, they went off and played some sort of tournament. So I'm with Marcel in that you do, more than anything, the mental fatigue. And I do feel sorry for the players of clubs that are participating, because you're not going to get a break, really. You're not going to get a break. You might even if you get a week off, you're not going to take a week. You're not just going to be lounging about as a player. You might, but once July the 1st, for example, comes and you have to go for pre-season, if you come back overweight and you ain't been getting a personal trainer or whatever, you're already on the back foot. And I think the worst time, there's never a good time to get injured or anything of that ilk. But obviously, as a player, to get injuries, to be behind in fitness, all them kind of shenanigans, the worst time's got to be pre-season, because you're already on the back foot. I'm exaggerating a bit, but look at Declan Rice, how long it took him to get up to speed, or someone like Partey who kind of maintained it. These players say these things, man. So yeah, it is what it is. Is Berta better than Edu, or too soon to say? He is. He ain't done for Arsenal. I don't know. Obviously, Berta ain't done nothing, but if football ends tomorrow, Berta's got a bigger name in the game, bro. 12 years at Atletico Madrid, big reputation, is what it is. I'd certainly take Foden as well. Dempsey, oh, sorry, you're talking to the chat. In 2022-23, when Kevin De Bruyne was injured, Foden flourished essentially and even won Premier League Player of the Season. It's true, but let's be honest, man. Phil Foden he's almost like the Mikel Arteta of players, and I don't mean this in a disingenuous way. It's like, you're a generational talent, you're world class, you can do all these things, but like nobody holds you to them standards. There's always a reason. There's been 2 Euros and a World Cup. So Euros, World Cup, Euros. All three of those, especially the first one where he was dyeing his hair. He was meant to be the poster boy. He ain't never did it. He's got quality. He has done stuff, but he's never expected to do it. Like, you should be the first name on the team sheet for England. In terms of natural talent, probably the most talented, but he's not. He's not. You're lying if you think he is. Cole Palmer's already done more. Saka's 1,000,000% done more. Foden not really doing that. He's got the luxury of being at City, and yeah, he scored goals and whatnot, but I've seen Palmer drag shit Chelsea sides. Saka's been dragging shit Arsenal sides. I don't know if Phil Foden does that. I know you can shine when you got Kevin De Bruyne or in your rotation option and everything. You know, look at me, I'm left-footed and I turn. You can see I'm doing the agenda thing. I'll never forgive Phil Foden for calling us a dead club. You'll always have an enemy in me. But if we sign him, he's lit. Reese, one love, my guy. How many homegrown players have City got? They got to be close to the minimum. Yeah, but then there's a couple who probably, like, foreign guys that probably count. Off the top of my head, you know, let's play a bingo game. You know what? That's a good energizer. Phil Foden, Oscar Bob must count. He must count. Technically, he might not be there, but right now he is. Jack Grealish, John Stones, technically Kyle Walker. I know he went on loan, but he's contracted. Throw some names out there. Homegrown. So English. James McCatree. Rico Lewis. That light skin you. They've been playing him left back in that. Forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about. Marcus Bentinetti or whatever his name is. They just bought a third choice keeper from Chelsea. They did have Scott Carson who left, to be fair. Ake, yeah. See, yeah. There you have it. Ake, you know, Dutch, but come through Chelsea's academy, quote unquote, counts as homegrown. Where does the Foden link come from? Online, man. Why we always linked with washed up players? I'm not gonna lie, yeah. It's a bit harsh to call Foden washed up. And if Foden's washed up, bring him out. Yeah, Oscar Bob, Rico Lewis. Someone at City's trying to get Foden out so they can make a push for Musiala. I don't believe it. I don't know how long Foden's got on his contract, but it wouldn't surprise me if I typed it in online. There must be some rumors around the new deal. There must be rumors around, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's where I think it comes from. And it's a transitional period for them. So I don't think they're going to let Foden go of all people, man. It don't make sense. Mikel Arteta and Foden in the same sentence, DG, you deserve a timeout. We got agendas. They are. They're talked about as being amazing, but then they have mediocre excuses. I know if Saka was gassed up to the way they gassed up Foden and golden boy of the country and he ain't done stuff, I know what's happening. I don't know for Foden. He's got, and I think Foden, in terms of natural talent, Foden's a bad boy, but we should be talking about you being central to City's rebuild. We should be talking about you as the first name on the team sheet for England. Someone named 5 crucial games he's done for the country. But yeah, man. Suarez just signed a new deal just before leaving. I hear it, but it don't make. I just don't think it makes sense. And where's Foden gonna go? There's probably a handful of clubs. Naming 12 is hard, DG. Probably why they won't sell even that. There you have it, then, yeah. And I just don't believe it. Like Foden, where you got Gundogan links going away. Kevin's obviously left. Bernardo Silva, I reckon he's got a year left max if you don't cut this summer. Yeah, it's now time for Foden to come into his own, really and truly. People, mods, please make sure we're hitting the like button. To the 44 of you who have, come on. But there's 200 of you locked in. We ain't even cleared 100 likes. You're boying it. They killed Odegaard last season, but nothing on Foden. Boy, Foden could sign for us, man. Remember he gave the ball away at the Emirates. Pick up yourself, TG. Don't sit on the fence. Is Foden better than Odegaard? Yeah. Said it before. I think he is. And I fuck with Odegaard so much, but like, I would get rid of Odegaard if you said you have to get rid of Odegaard to bring Foden in. I'm on that. Fully on that. Rodri is back to feed Foden with a silver spoon. Foden has all the natural ability Saka doesn't have, but he doesn't know how to use it. Am I wrong? I just don't think he's anywhere near his full potential, and I don't know why, because I think he's got it. He's got, like, bro, Foden on his days unplayable. The half turns, he can do everything, but at some point, I kind of feel that way about myself, actually, with content. You got to realize it. And what is Phil Foden? Because for me, I said that I think he's a 10/8. And Southgate, when asked about that, and Pep, they said he's not. Where do we? Well, to be fair, Pep did say long term he'd be that, but you get the point. How many games has Foden played centre mid? He's probably, if he had to be defined in terms of statistically how many games you've played, if we were being a bit silly, you're technically a winger. To be fair, you know what? There's a reality when I say winger, I'm talking about this inside kind of hybrid position we see, he could actually be cold at that, you know. Bayern 1-10-0, dark, very dark. Big up Duke, man, very dark, nasty, but boy, 10-0 is nasty. 10-0 is nasty. You're better off getting X amount of players sent off than you forfeit 3-0. But yeah, away from the silliness, man. Let's see what's going on in the papers. Now, yesterday, Fabrizio Romano said Gyokeres' priority is to join Arsenal this summer, despite calls from Man United in recent weeks. Gyokeres always an option amid Sesko talks with no deal sealed so far. Arsenal keep assessing situation. United remain keen but believe deal is now unlikely. What happened to where United were signing everyone? Boy, Spurs are stealing in Buemo. Allegedly, Spurs are trying to sue you. You lost the final to Spurs. Don't make us get Gyokeres. You mean to tell me little old Mikel Arteta, big bad Man United, where you could sign everybody, little old Mikel Arteta has been able to convince this man to sign for us over his former manager? Boy, uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. Come on, Gyokeres season. I can't even do that. It don't even matter, but let's go, Gyokeres. Gyokeres is said to view signing for Arsenal as a dream. Manchester United held exploratory discussions for Gyokeres, but it's understood the players' reps have told them he does not wish to join them, with Arsenal his preferred option. Man United are still linked with him as well, for what it's worth. So again, you have to take everything with a pinch of salt. Apparently, he's still linked with Juventus as well. Apparently, they're ready to sign him for 70 million euros, which is more than Arsenal and United, based on reports, is prepared to commit, and offering 13 million a year in terms of a salary. Atletico Madrid, Berta's former club, apparently on this. How many strikers do you lot need? You got Alvarez in that. Apparently, they're waiting for Arsenal, whatever that means. Gunners to send new bid for Sad to Sad. I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming for Sporting for Gyokeres this week. Is the agent playing off all these clubs' interests? Is Sporting doing that? It seems like there's a lot of gamesmanship going on. Everybody's interested, and apparently Arsenal have actually frozen their move for Gyokeres. The Gunners have had enough of Sporting's demands and will start to look at other targets, which I think might be the case with Arsenal and Man United. Whether United is the preferred option, Arsenal's the preferred option, both clubs probably feel they're being messed about between the agent of this individual or Sporting's president. Based on his comments, it's looking like a myth. Like, it is what it is. And apparently Arsenal never made an offer to Sporting for Gyokeres. The Swede is a target, but Arteta's priority has always been Sesko. Gyokeres is still on the list in case the deal doesn't materialize. He has a preference at the Gunners over Man United. So we're seeing very conflicting reports, and again, we're going to see a bit more. Completely off topic as a side note, but the ITKs of this world are saying AC Milan contacted Arsenal around 2 to 3 weeks ago to understand the situation of Zinchenko. They were told 2 other clubs were in the mix, which is great for us, because the more people that are interested in Zinchenko, the more likely he is to leave. We get a fee, and the wages are off the bill. The message from Burr is clear: pay a respectable sum or leave the room. The situation remains fluid. And actually, AC Milan are being linked with Calafiori at this moment in time. So there's a lot of rumours. Parr is expected to return to London next week, and the expectation is he will join Arsenal in the warm weather summer camp in Spain. Sources stress nothing has been signed as of last week, but a decision is expected soon. Again, the Gyokeres stuff, which every article is saying something completely different, people. So you lot can draw whatever conclusions you want. On Saturday, Record reported Gyokeres' agents have informed Man United they don't want him to sign for the Old Trafford club and are targeting a move to Arsenal. It looks like the players' camp trying to take power away from Sporting and push the striker's price down. Without Man United in the picture, the chance of an auction between 2 big Premier League clubs was taken away, and in theory, that could put pressure on his price. At the time, we explained it was a risky strategy because if Arsenal didn't push ahead and Sporting were insistent on the price, it could leave the player in an even more difficult position than he is now. Sunday's edition of the Record reports Arsenal freeze Gyokeres because Sporting won't bring the price down. Last week, it was reported the Gunners had offered 55 million euros plus a further 10 million in bonus payments, which is what they thought would be enough. There's a very good chance they thought that because the players' camp gave them reason to believe, regardless, Sporting turned it down and have publicly said they won't be selling their player for anything like that, which is true. We have gone over that. Arsenal then showed indications of potentially reaching 70 million euros as a total package, but didn't go further with that, likely because it wouldn't have been enough. Records say the London club have had enough at this stage and feel the price is too high. They believe they have cheaper options in the trio of targets with Sesko and Ollie Watkins named. Gyokeres is still said to be keen to sign for Arsenal, but for now it's slowed down. Whether this is another attempt from the players' camp, who appear to be trying something new every day to pressure Sporting, remains to be seen. Atletico Madrid have been presented as a potential option again in the past 24 hours. And their interest stems from Andrea Berta, who obviously joined Arsenal from Atletico Madrid. So we're now seeing that it's 70 million. So I don't know, man. But apparently, we're set to offer a package worth 70 million euros. Ebola, also a bit of Man United. The Red Devils have been following this entire process since the beginning. However, the desire expressed by the Swede to go to Arsenal ended up making the reigniting this relationship that began in Sporting, I guess, Amarin and Gyokeres, unfeasible. Juventus are still linked. So who knows, man, really and truly. But again, conflicting stuff, conflicting stuff. He opts for a dream move to Arsenal. He must have grew up on Freddie Ljungberg. Again, apparently Arsenal have responded. What was this said? We're said to be ready in an offer. When did this come out? So this was yesterday. Arsenal was said to be ready in an offer. So 1 minute we've bidded. Other reports said we've had a bid rejected. Then there's reports we bidded twice. Then there's reports saying wide of the mark. What's going on in the papers? What's going on in real life? I don't know. But until people are holding shirts, who knows, people? So it is what it is. So yeah, it's claimed we've bidded. It's claimed we're undecided whether to bid again. And new articles are presented. Arsenal pressure three strikers as Viktor Gyökeres stance emerges. What are you lot saying? Arsenal are staging their own beauty pageant as they are actively chasing deals for Gyokeres and Sesko. Okay, so they're just going to say what we know already. Gyokeres and Sesko seem to be the top targets. Our plan, like our doomsday plan, if worst comes to worst, is Ollie Watkins. Every now and again, we're linked with other names. Yeah, he prefers a move to Arsenal over Man United. I'm never going to stop saying that because those Man United guys do all of this. We know a bunch of clubs have been linked with Sesko, including Bayern Munich. Can we rule out Chelsea out of the Gyokeres stuff? And could you rule out Chelsea out of Sesko? Because I think Chelsea actually want to do what I would like to see our club do in an ideal world, which is two strikers. You get your guy right now, which is Gyokeres, and you get your Sesko, who can be the guy right now, but, you know, there's less pressure in that regard. You got striker for the present, you got one for the future, but who knows? At this point, we know Gyokeres is older. I don't know if he'll hit the ground running a bit more, but he is more seasoned in that. It's more potential kind of talk with Sesko. So yeah, he wants to play the Champions League. Mikel Arteta has thought to prefer Benjamin Sesko. Let's see if there's anything else that we ain't missed, man. I don't want to keep reading the same things. Whether Arteta views the Swede as his first choice centre forward recruit is unclear, as he's thought to prefer the 22-year-old Benjamin Sesko at Leipzig. Sporting value Gyokeres at 68 million quid, which equates to 80 million euros, people. Fair enough. Fair enough. Don't think we've learned anything. We're not learning anything new here, are we? Interesting. Let's see if there's anything else. So that's in relation to Sesko and Gyokeres. We've got Ollie Watkins. Don't want to hear about Zubamendi until he signs. Probably one player unlikely to be going is Calafiori after AC Milan made an inquiry, but they were rebuffed by Arsenal, and the Italy defender also wants to stay in London. This is why AC Milan are now pursuing a move for Arsenal's Zinchenko, who would be allowed to leave this summer. Zinchenko has 1 year left on his current deal, and wages are still a sticking point, but AC Milan are ready to push to get the deal done. They've also previously been interested in Arsenal's Jakub Kiwior, but his impressive end to the campaign means the Gunners want him to stay. Zinchenko has become surplus to requirements. 200k a week wage is crazy. And we've been linked with Joel Hato, who for me, bring him. So yeah, apparently we've paused the Gyokeres deal. Sporting are not reducing their demands, and we're moving on. So it seems like everyone's moving on. Apparently Arsenal have jumped on a stalled Chelsea deal for Joel Hato. Both London clubs remain interested. Apparently, Mikel Arteta's side have held positive talks with Hato's reps in the last 3 days. However, it must be said contacts between the parties have been ongoing for the past 2 years, which is why personal terms are not seen as a problem. But couldn't you apply? I know no two deals are the same, but based on 2 years, couldn't that apply to Sesko? So why do we keep seeing stuff around personal terms for Sesko? We all know why, but I just think a lot of these reports directly contradict themselves a lot with what they say. But nonetheless, apparently Ajax want to ask for around 50 million euros. I think he's worth the money. Get it done, man. Get it done. If there's a chance to get Joel Hato, get it done today, man. The battle between Chelsea and Arsenal is just beginning. Chelsea cannot afford to lose ground during the Club World Cup, as Arsenal are moving with strength and confidence. Apparently, the Gunners are also considering other defensive targets, but Hato is clearly one of their priorities. I mean, he's captained Ajax at 18. He's played centre half. He's in the Dutch squad. He's played a year at left back. I think it makes sense. For me, with Hato, I don't see why you shouldn't just stay at Ajax for one more season in a World Cup year and then make the move. But as an Arsenal fan, I would love you. Romano then said as well, Arsenal remain active in talks with Gyokeres' reps. The Gunners also spoke to Sesko last week, but they haven't reached an agreement. So we're seeing bare different things, people. This article, long story short, has said Arsenal may move for 2 strikers should funds allow it. And now news for Germany means that the Emirates club would be advised to push the boat out to secure a double deal. So that's in relation to Sesko, who apparently we've had talks. We've been going over Gyokeres. Openda of Leipzig has been linked with moves away. And to be fair, everyone's linked with strikers. Surely he could get a move. He could be available for 60 million euros, and he is 25 years of age. If Arsenal were that keen, we would have seen stronger rumours. Now, a lot of you would have seen Barcelona have been linked with Nico Williams. Nonetheless, apparently Arsenal have launched a concerted push to sign the Athletic Bilbao winger. Now, I don't believe that. Rodrygo, Nico Williams, throw that in the bin. I don't think we like Rafael like that for the finances involved. And when players do seem close to joining certain other clubs, you do hear this hijack kind of talk and whatnot. But according to the Spanish news outlet Sport, the players' release clause is around 53 million, and the Gunners have shown their intention to activate that clause. Bilbao, aware of Arsenal's advances, have already initiated talks to extend Williams' contract, including a substantial pay rise. We are confident of signing Nico Williams, apparently. Bayern Munich are in the fold as well. But yeah, so it's Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Arsenal for Nico Williams, in which he's going to end up at Barcelona. And again, in terms of rumours, Gerard Moreno, who's a Spanish-based journalist, has said some voices within the club believe the Nico deal may not be ideal due to concerns over friendships and personal relationships. They fear a repeat of the so-called Club de Amigos dynamic, where everything runs smoothly when results are good, but tensions and issues emerge as soon as things take a turn. Okay. The club would prefer to pay Nico's fee in installments rather than making a one-time payment of 64 million, which is what Atletico are demanding. Additionally, the relationship between Barcelona and Atletic's board members is not at its best. If he wants to make the move, he will. Once again, Arsenal are prepared to sign Williams. It don't really mean anything. Anyone having John Duran? Apparently, Napoli and Fenerbahce have made official offers to El Nassr for the young striker. And I am braced for Garnacho links to return, people. But Ornstein did have an article about the intention of Garnacho is still to leave. Romano has said his priority is to stay in the Premier League. So Arsenal been linked. Chelsea tried to buy him. Boy, we were linked this week with Nusa, who's a winger. Who knows? We might have to consider that. Arsenal are big fans of Juventus star Andrea Cambiasso. Now, he is a left back. I wouldn't be against that. Nicolo Schiro, butchered it. Apologies. Reports the Gunners are admirers of the versatile Italy international who can play in multiple positions, but more comfortable at left or right wing back. Surely, I swear he was meant to go City in January. Who knows, man? I actually think we need another defender or a left back. Apparently, Arsenal are a team to watch this summer in regards to Cambiasso, especially if Zinchenko leaves. He's to leave Juventus. Apparently, he said this journalist has said Juventus want to keep him this summer while the player's waiting for a contract renewal from the club. There you have it. However, in the event of a massive offer, Juventus could consider a sale. This is what happened during the January transfer window when Cambiasso was close to joining City for around 60 million. Pep is known to be a big fan of the player, but in the end, the deal fell through despite being at an advanced stage. City are no longer interested in Cambiasso after signing El Nouri from Wolves. Fair enough. And if he is tactically very flexible and an unorthodox player who can interpret multiple positions, that's music to the ears of Mikel Arteta. He is naturally a ball-footed fullback or wing-back who can play on either side, but he has played as a winger and a central midfielder for Juventus. So across the season, in terms of depth, that could help Arsenal, and it all depends how much they want. Before we get into that, Phil Foden, Arsenal have been tipped to complete a bombshell move for Manchester City superstar Phil Foden during the 2025 summer transfer window. He's got 2 years left on his contract with City. So that's probably where these rumors are coming out from, people. And when we were rubbish, it was all fun and games selling us Jesus and Zinchenko. I think City would think twice, especially where, Chelsea ain't been in title fights, but you sold Cole Palmer to Chelsea and look what he's doing. They're going to think twice about selling good players. Who knows? Oh, we've been done here. This is from Cascarano. Obviously, Arteta worked at Man City with Phil Foden for whatever reason. I'm sure we'll find out down the line. Foden just hasn't been the player we know him to be this season. From where he was Football Writers Player of the Year the season before, his performances this year have just not been justified. Self-proclaimed best player in the Premier League, Foden gave it himself. So, yeah, is what it is. But all what's happening at City and all the spending that's going on, I wouldn't be surprised if Foden is allowed to go somewhere, Cap. Maybe abroad. Whether City let him go to Arsenal, I don't know. But they let Jesus and Zinchenko go there. If Arsenal could get him, I think Arteta would really consider that. Yeah, it's a myth, man. I don't believe this one bit. But fair enough. Real Madrid are interested in Miles Lewis-Skelly as his contract ends in 2026. But Arsenal are very calm and optimistic he'll renew, says Fabrizio Romano. Once again, Sporting apparently have given Gyokeres assurances he'll be allowed to leave for 60 to 70 million, people. and Sky Germany are saying that as well. And the ITKs of this world are also saying we are still in talks with Jarrell Howe. So that seems to be the transfer news segment. Let's make a timestamp of that. When did we start? Let's see. There. So yeah, what have you lot made of that, people? Let's crack on. Sorry for airing you lot. I just wanted to get through that. My son met Foden and asked him, is he joining Arsenal? And he just laughed. There you have it, man. It's nonsense. Don't just sign for depth, sign to win. Don't trust the process, but accelerate it. Arsenal want players who fit the Arteta system, but football isn't always clean and robotic. Sometimes you need a wild card. We've been hesitant to take risks on maverick attackers and mavericky tactics, man. Jude already talking to Skelly. You know what? Stranger things have happened. Also, why did they play Wanyeri as a left winger? Doesn't make sense. He was terrible. Can't play on the left. I disagree with that, man. Hato is playing as a left centre-back tonight, 8 p.m. UK time for the under-21 national team. I like Hato, but he'll need adjustment time for PL. He's young, man. He's 18, 19. Of course. What we can't do is waste a whole summer chasing him only to miss out and end up panic buying someone late. That's how we got Pepe. Boy. Monitoring, admiring, discussing. That's all we've been doing before and after Berta's appointment. All we can hope is that it's the calm before the storm, but I think every Arsenal fan has just checked out of the talking. Just show us, man. Gyokeres at 10-10 is crazy. More like 7.5 of ugly friends, so she looks better than she actually is. Okay. We need to sign both Sesko and Glock 9. Both of them would be amazing. I would leave the club alone, you know, if you didn't get a left winger, but you got me 2 strikers. Beautiful barbecue weather, and we're still taking... Hey, big up. DG Arsenal is that brother in the club with the water eyeing up the 6 out of 10 Sesko, while the 10-10 Gyokeres is behind him trying to get his attention, but the brother ain't got the confidence to clock it. Boy, smash their likes, man. Where's my left winger? I don't care who our striker will be next season. I do think we need to address all areas. Like, talk is centered around the striker, but you could argue the left wing is a bigger priority. I think the striker is. In fact, I think they're both of equal importance. I think we've gone past the mark now of you can get a bad boy left wing or you can get a top striker and leave the other one. You need to address both areas. That could be someone who's good but not necessarily great as a left winger and a great game-changing 9, or many different other examples. But we need to bring this in, man. Right. It is hilarious, man. I've realized that with Berta as sporting director, we won't have a clue what's actually going on until a player is holding up the shirt. Bare diversion tactics with this guy. Who do you think, will win the Champions League next season? Barcelona or Real Madrid? El Clasico final? I'm not giving up on that. I dreamed, the tweet said, this is why I don't take City Twitter seriously. Sesko is obviously Arsenal's man, but I can't do no Romano impression. Apart from say, here we go. Is Foden left or right footed? He has all the attributes to be a playmaking wide forward. Raw. Your football knowledge might be in the bin. Phil Foden's defo left footed. Foden don't press and win the ball back like Odegaard. The game I love, you know. 2 lovely technical mavericks like Phil Foden and Martin Odegaard, yeah. Man are talking about pressing. Man are seeing, not you, but people are seeing Ryan Cherky as we can't fit out of the system. The game's gone, man. The game's gone. Musiala just signed a new deal. I did think Musiala and Wirtz would link up at Bayern. Who knows? Maybe they do at Liverpool. Foden does press. That is great. But are we rating man for pressing? Are we rating people for pressing? I'm not downplaying it, but are we rating, like, come on, stop all the tactics bullshit now. Are we rating players for pressing? Because it's a given. Foden can do that as well. Let's not make it. I'm not even trying to rub out Odegaard or back Foden, but let's not make out Foden can't. There's no way you can play for City if you're not doing that pressing and all that madman stuff Pep does. And you could argue Odegaard might have been out of the team if Havertz was fit, because Havertz can do all of that off the ball. When Yeri gets up to speed with all of that tactical kind of jazz, he challenge him. Come on, lads, man. Come on. I hear it, but come on, man. Come on, man. The game's already gone. Don't talk to me about pressing. 2 Bobby Dazzlers, like Phil Foden and Martin Odegaard. And where can they press? Foden's better than him, man. That's not a disrespect to Odegaard. I think he is. But even Martin Odegaard has caught more corn and more criticisms than Foden does. Because I know if Arsenal were 5th and rubbing out how City were last season, Saka's name is being plastered everywhere. I heard nothing about that. I know if we signed a man for 100 million and it didn't bang, I know things would be said. And I'm not even saying this is a City thing. I know if we spend X amount on that Nico centre midfielder and ain't seen him, I know what will be said about my club and others. I don't feel the media reporting on clubs is fair and consistent. Foden's quality, but we know we're not getting him, bro. If Rodrygo and Nico are not available to us, what do we do? I'm concerned about the left wing options. The names I'm hearing for left wing are media. Honestly, I don't know, man. Saying that though, I was watching England versus Norway's under-19s yesterday. It's gonna sound dumb because it was a 4-goal thriller and both teams had chances to score more, and and it was great from a tactical point of view because Norway were very physical, they mid and low blocks and all of that. But they had this left winger and he's quality, man. I'm gonna do a video on him. I like him. He's 18 though, he plays for Hamburg, and I know you ain't trying to hear that, but whether we sign a game changer like Nico Williams in some people's minds, Liao, these guys, you either get that or you get the emerging talents. What we can't do is not to do anything. You could convince me Wirtz is a better deal than Cherky, but if you're leading off pressing, work rate, fam, what we doing here? Trust me. We get both strikers, wait and see. Oh, I hope you're right, I hope you're right. It would be amazing to see both of them sign for us. Imagine. Because there are going to be games, like, we can't expect Gyokeres 38 games to score 38 goals. Like, he might, first 10 games of the season, he might score 10 out of 10. We're blitzing teams. The 11th game now, he might just be having a bad day. Like, he's done it the previous 10. He might just not be able to do it. We need other players to pick up the pieces. That's our issue. Like, unfortunately, we know whether it's the sackers or more time the defenders, or at any moment in time across the season, the guys that are in a real good bunch of form, if 2-3 players are not doing the business, we're in issues, man. DG, if they haven't sorted Sesko or Gyokeres by pre-season, do we go nuts then? You can go nuts when you want, but for me, well, getting angry, screaming and shouting, I'm not saying that we should accept it, but what's it changing? What's it changing, man? Bruv, you don't have to tell me we don't need pressers and space invaders. We need goal scorers, bro. You can exactly, and you can learn all of that, man. You can learn to press, bro. Because all this, do you know all this stuff about fitting systems and you don't press? You know how it is valid, but do you know we've already seen this season why it's redundant. The people we lost to in the Champions League, who eventually went and won the competition, Ousmane Dembele, was he not previously? Oh, he doesn't work hard off the ball. He's not on this. He don't press, and all this crap that was said. He changed his position playing as a false 9, and we all know Ousmane Dembele, technical level, he's amazing. He's doing all of that, so you can do it. You can be taught to do it. How far does it go? Natural goal scorers. We need players. And again, one thing I don't feel we have the capacity to do. We can grind out results. We can win games not playing well. But I think we need to show we can do that on a more consistent basis. Like, sometimes everything's going to go wrong. The tactics are going to be crap. The star players are going to, madness is going to go on. Refereeing decisions are dodgy. We need to have that ability to say, like, if I'm Arteta or the players, lads, we were shit today, but we definitely need to work on stuff. Everyone be here at 7 a.m. tomorrow. There's no day off, but we've nicked the 3 points. How many times I saw, and I don't, this is a mark of champions. You saw Liverpool do that numerous times this season. We all know how football works, man. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get what you deserve, but sometimes you're going to lose when you deserve to win. Sometimes you're going to draw where you deserve more or less from the game. Sometimes you're going to win when you deserve to lose. Over a 38 game period, you're generally going to get what you deserve. So, yeah, man. We won't sign any strikers the way I'm seeing everyone wants. Game changers, not luxury players. We need the right luxury players, to be fair. AC Milan made it. Yeah, I went over that. I don't want to get rid of Calafiori. I think there's a player there, but he's got to stay fit. Big up DG from Sweden, Stockholm, where blondes rule and best strikers are from. Well, what do you mean by the blondes rule thing? Big up yourself, boy. You're under surveillance for that one, man. Is there a colour thing? It's very unlikely Arsenal sign both strikers this summer. I wouldn't, hear me out, people. And I just want to throw this out there. Left winger needs to arrive regardless. So let's part that off. We're all in agreement of that. Regardless of if Arsenal get 2 strikers or get 1 striker or surprise us with 2, yeah. Left wing, yeah, I'm with that. But if you were to get Gyokeres or Sesko and Ollie Watkins, you'd have yeah, I'd like that. I wouldn't be against that. Have you seen the Bakayoko news and links? I would take him as a backup for Saka, especially for 20 million euros. They're quoting him out. I have seen that, but I haven't been able to prize like the rumors. For what it's worth, remember when he could give you, I wouldn't be against it. It's not a game changer. It's not a needle mover, but he is a young player. I know people don't hear it, with potential and scope to get better. It could help us. Yeah, I think he meant that. I'm just being silly. Man. I'm being silly. I hope so. If it's about gal, I don't think blondes rule. Shout out to Brownings. But if it was the other thing, whoa, mate. I don't know what's going on there. Nah, it's entertainment. Arsenal still pushing for Sesko. It's funny. Well, Gyokeres twerk with them. Matthias Cunha, you're my guy. Because you're always here. But you was doing verbal with the Gyokeres thing. What's going on over there? In fact, you know what? Expect the unexpected. It wouldn't surprise me if I wake up tomorrow and see, oh, here we go with Gyokeres. Let's stay humble. We're United. Oh my God, we can get players from Brentford and Wolves. Oh, we're United. We can get everyone. Boy, you know. As soon as it comes to the big bad bullies, Gyokeres. Yeah, Amarin, I'm going to shout at you, bro. Yeah. How's it been since you was our manager? Oh, Manny. Yeah, sick. You got Mbuemo in that. I'm going to shout you, but listen, call me tomorrow. I'm defo rolling Old Trafford. I don't care that you're not in the Champions League, bro. I'm rolling. All of a sudden, the iMessages are not blue anymore. He's not picking you out. You see when Arteta, oh my gosh, yeah, Gyokeres. Remember Gabriel Magalhaes? There's a method to the madness when he did that. It's calm, man. We hijacked the hijackers. No, I'm joking, man. We hijacked the hijackers. It's different. But yeah, I wouldn't be against Bakayoko. But then again, I'm a hypocrite because if you go and get Sesko, if you go and get Bakayoko, yes, they address positions. And if they develop, great. But then I want us to deliver now. And I'm not saying you can't, but these are players that were doing the tomorrow thing. So it's almost like, what really are we doing here then? Message delivered. Yeah, man. DG rates Sesko more than Glock 9. DG rates Foden more than Odegaard. Okay. You're lying about the Sesko Gyokeres thing. I'm cool with either. And do you know how I know that's a lie as well? Because I always say I would prefer Gyokeres because we don't typically just get guys that are ready right now. There's no more learning. You know your job as a striker. You've had some good moments and some bad moments in your career. Them experiences, you're ready. I always say that. But I always say I'm cool with Sesko. I don't think, I think there's going to be a lot of pressure. I think it's high risk, high reward. But I like Sesko as a player. In relation to Foden over Odegaard, technically, they're probably quite similar. Odegaard on his day's quality, but Foden's body of work is a lot stronger. And as much as I love Odegaard, if you offered me Phil Foden or Martin Odegaard, maybe it's the English in me, mate, but I'm having Foden. Shoot me for having a difference of opinion, mate. I heard Gyokeres is scared of rats. That's why United is not an option for him. Bro, why would he want to go play in the stadium? He scores. There's a VAR check. Man can't even look in the screen and see if it's going on. Boy, Leipzig, Chamak hating, bro. Not gonna lie, Nusa might have to run. True baller, Leipzig's manager just had him playing wing back. Even that, but I can't lie. If we're going for a player at Leipzig that isn't Sesko, because we're not gonna get a pen doing that. I can't lie, Xavi Simons. What are you saying? I think people overrate him, but I'm having him, mate. They will buy Glock 9 for now and Sesko, so no one else gets him. I hear you, but then, and I know I'm gonna make people annoyed, but. And I'm not saying this is me, but if you do sign 2 strikers, where does that leave Kai Havertz? Are we going to see Kai Havertz back in the 8? Are we going to see Kai Havertz out wide? I know we haven't seen it, but I remember Mikel Arteta saying he can play centre mid, he can play up front, he can play out wide. We've seen 2 of the 3. Where does that leave him? Now, many of you would say on the bench, in rotation, and I'm with you with that. But we all, rightly or wrongly, Arteta is very fond of Arteta. He probably is. Arteta is very fond of Kai Havertz. We see it with our eyes, with the minutes played, with the way he's been forced into the team, to the point when he was struggling that 8 and he kept playing. All the credible journalists say he loves his mentality, how he gets up to speed with the tactics. Rightly or wrongly, end of the day, you spent 65 million on the man. He's earning a shit amount of money. You've got to play him. You don't have to play him, but quote unquote, you've got to play him. So I don't know. I can't see just because I can't see it. I couldn't see us signing Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil, Aubameyang, Declan Rice. So hopefully, I'm a positive omen in that regards. But I can't see it. I can't see. You've got Sesko as a plan B rotation option. You got Gyokeres. You've got Odegaard. You got Zubimendi and Rice, and maybe Partey staying. Where does it leave Kai? Now again, we do need a squad. If we have not learned anything from last season, we need a squad. But that's what I think Kai should be. Kai Havertz, Martinelli, Trossard, the option of Marino up front. You can mix and blend with those things across the season. There might be a game we've got Gyokeres and Sesko. Sesko or Gyokeres, one started, one's come off the bench, it's not banging. Marino comes on and nicks it. These guys, we can be cute and clever across the season, but we need a certified 11. I need to look on that left-hand side and think, mad. Saka, mad. Striker, mad. Midfield, mad. Depth is madder than it needs to be. And then maybe putting our best foot forward, we can start getting over the line. Do we have a backup winger if we don't get Rodrygo and Nico? We should. We should. And to be honest, it shouldn't be backup because surely Nico Williams, Rodrygo, Leao, all these guys are quote-unquote dream targets. Like, there's a lot of dominoes that need to fall for these players to sign for us. Like, for Nico, probably is feasible, but the wage demands, the fact that I think he wants to go to Barca. Rodrygo's a pipe dream. You need a lot of dominoes to fall. Leao, I'm a bit pessimistic. You need other, they're your dream kind of things. But if you assume Nico's going Barca, Leao is a myth. What's the other one? Rodrygo staying at Madrid. What are the other quote-unquote realistic targets? And you'd have to hope, but Arteta, these guys, these names have been plastered on the in the offices at London Colin. We're going for it. I don't know if it's going to be someone like Lookman, that like Gyokeres has had good and bad moments, experience, would return back to England way better than when he left. I don't know if it's going to be a Bakayoko or Jamie Gittins, guys that have some level of foundation, but they need to kick on to the next level. You know, when I see the Anthony Gordon links and all these things, I'm on all of that. But again, we know that the finances cost. Havertz is valuable, but not the main man up front. He can help us across the season. Like, we're at where we're at now with Kai. You can be a squad player. You can chip in. Don't get twisted. The players that I'm calling squad players, if you get your chance and you take it and you're playing out of your skin, you shouldn't lose your spot. But let's just put people in roles that is built for them, man. Nice to see a chat not full of rival trolls talking ish. Big up, DG. You get that all the time, man. But I'd like to think on this platform, we have a laugh and a joke. We do all that nonsense, but then eventually just talk football, lads. So yeah, big up you guys and girls out there. Without you lot, the platform is dead. Appreciative to you lot, man. It's all mad, like Skepta said. I don't even want Gyokeres anymore. You see them, you see them, Man United, man. Them man are shameless. They're the sort of guys that go and talk to a pretty babe and she says, "No, sorry, I'm not interested. You're not my type. You got a boyfriend. She got a boyfriend." And rather than take it like a man, and yeah, don't worry, don't watch that, darling, and move on to the next target. You know them dickheads that, oh, your butt is anyway. Like, you're not even nice. She was nice 30 seconds ago. You look like guys in Gyokeres. Gassing him. I know there's Man United content creators that will do makeshift 11s and Amarin's tactics can get the best out of him. We can have Zertsky as a facilitator, Yoker as a killer, Cunha this, Ahmad Diallo, who fucking hell, all the names they fucking said is better than Saka. You're having a bubble with that one, aren't you, mate? You fucking cunts. But yeah, blood, myth. It's all entertainment, man. They can't accept Gyokeres chose us above them. Don't forget, they're Man United. We're Man United. We can buy everybody. We can do everything. We got the pool, man. Myth. Hey, big up Rants, man. But Rants, Friday. If we get Gyokeres, you know, Friday, there's going to be a pep in the guy's step. Big up Rants, though, man. Make sure, I can't imagine not, but make sure you follow them. This Foden thing for real. Nah, I don't believe it. Now he's a bum. Yeah, he's butters anyways. It's cool. It's cool. I hear it. The story was great. Cunha's in this, that, and the other. It's a myth, man. Don't worry, though, man. You lot might get Mbeumo. I hope you lot get Mbeumo. I really do hope you get Mbeumo. Because I don't want him to go over there. But it's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. You let Spurs snatch your chain in a final. You're letting Spurs sue you off the pitch. You're letting them teeth your players. I'm sure United fans want Gyokeres more than a lot of Arsenal fans because Arsenal fans got the moist shoots that the XG sets go. Oh my god, field tilt. Gyokeres, he scored 1 million goals, but he's only scored 2 headers and he's got 12 penalties and did all of that crap. That is the crap a lot of us as Arsenal fans are seeing. Arsenal don't want Gyokeres like that, but he wants to join the wave in this, and it's burning you. Chains are getting snatched. It's calm, but we're not doing chattings, man. We're not doing chattings. Cunha might just run into blind alleys at Old Trafford like Sancho did. I think Cunha will be cold for them, you know. I'm not going to lie, man. I don't hate Man United. They're fans, bro. Because all the fans are the same. They just have barbershop opinions. Like, Man United fans, like, in my personal life, they're the most jarring ones. Like, you don't want to lose to Man United. Because they always, and the thing is, yeah, they always say they're not watching Arsenal and this, that, and the other. I've seen them fucking 15th and all of that. And all they talk about Arsenal and study us more than the actual club. Arsenal never start beef, you know. We just end it more time. Like, fair enough. Alex Ferguson, another one of my Scottish white granddad, legend. You won the war against us. But we never start the beef. Wenger just came here, first foreign manager, just patting in, bringing things. And you lot tried to do certain things. You know what we did at your ground? You know what we did? You had to cheat. We know how the unbeaten run ended. We know the sins that Fergie committed. Nah, DG, Liverpool fans are jarring. Any success, they chat the most. I must admit, I hate all football. Hate's a strong word, but the social media, the extreme, the extreme world of social media in football. I like all club fans. They're sneaky, man. They're just mad moist. DG, what's your honest opinion on a 29-year-old Ollie Watkins? Couple years, I'm on that. If the finances, I mean, it's not my money, but if the finances make sense, I would have that. Bro, if he can help us for 2-3 years as a squad player and whatnot, it's cool, bro. I think we need that. Let's get the likes up, chat. A simple tap goes a long way to get your boy to 70K. Come on, my guy, Jerome. Appreciative for you saying that, man. Respectfully, though, you man wasn't saying this about Gyokeres last week. Hold your L. Hold your L. He didn't reject us. I know this is why I hate Man United fans. Because when it doesn't go their way, now they want to go online and actually see what was said. But when you're talking about like Mbeumo, where we had the interest in Mbeumo, we never bidded for Mbeumo. Apparently, he's now rejected Arsenal to go to United. You can't have your cake and eat it, mate. Hold your licks. I thought you lot are Man United. Why you lot running? It's cool. And either way, that might be the truth. But one thing I've learned from Man United fans, don't let the truth get in the way of some good banter. So fundamentally, we always say history is written by the winners. If we get Gyokeres, then we're running it. He rejected you, man. And by all means, if he somehow he gets twanged, he's going United, come and troll me, mate. She's seeing man in the VIP booth and she's waiting on us to call her up while United are giving her the ick battle. If we end up with only Watkins as our striker, then it would be a shit transfer window for us. I can't lie. If they do that, the only way to make me happy is you gotta bring me Rodrygo then, or someone of that level. You gotta bring me a sick left winger so I can say, look at this guy, Rudy. Hey, Rooney was I liked Rooney. I think he's becoming underappreciated. If I'm honest, legend though, quality player, and he was fucking bastard to play against. Isn't it? There's a couple players that were bastards, man. Like you, Ronaldo, Jogba. But I capped Jogba's thing because Jogba wasn't ripping Arsenal when we were serious. He was ripping like, bro, as good as Jogba was, you're mashing up Ahmad Traore and these kind of guys, like them little men, like it don't really make sense. You could never bully what we've got now. But nonetheless, Jogba's up there, Rooney's up there, Ronaldo's up there. Son, because he'd always dive and get a penalty. Kane's a nuisance. Vardy's a nuisance. Fucking hell. Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah, you lot need to be taken to court for the crimes that you lot have committed against Callum Chambers and Rob Holding. And to be fair, that is something I like about my team just being better. Because if we concede goals or we lose, like, man are just looking like, pardon me for sounding outdated, but just like grown men and footballers. Like, what made it worse when we had like them proper shit options is Salah and Mane are sick at football anyways, but like Rob Holding and Callum Chambers, they'll run into each other and they're making it look even more madder, if that makes sense. Give me Sesko or Glock 9, coining that. I'm fine with either striker. Where? DG, is it a good transfer window if we buy a left winger, Zuba, Kepa, and another centre back, left back, but don't get striker? It can't be good. There could be good elements. It can't be good. It can't be good. It can't be good. It's like, if you're baking a cake, now I know fuck all about baking, yeah, but I'm sure you can buy sprinkles, you can get nutmeg, you can get, bare things that you want. It's sugar, real sugar, fake sugar. You can get bare things to put in a cake, yeah. And I know there's other options, but fundamentally, you need egg in it or egg replacement. That's the base in it. That's what our transfer window would be like. You're buying sprinkles and all of this, but the striker is the egg. There's no way around it. Everybody knows we need a centre mid. We like a left winger. Backup goalie, maybe a couple of defensive options. But some people might be a bit harsher on others. Some people might be, if you get me a left winger, I'm not really a sick left winger. I'm not really fussed about a striker or vice versa or other positions. I think one thing that every Arsenal fan is in agreement with is, bro, you lot need to bring us a striker. Smash the likes or DJ will give you a 2-foot tackle, Vinny Jones style. What's wrong with this guy? Sesko is 6'5" and wins duels. Gyokeres never had a chance. It's true. And I must admit, you don't know me. I like football. I like what Gyokeres. I do therefore like what Gyokeres is. I like what Sesko is in it. Like, he's fast, he's strong. I don't really care that he can jump bare high, but I'm here. You can jump bare high, you can run bare fast and whatnot. And I hear that. And we need that. And we need to utilize that. And it's a big thing for him. And I'm defo gassing him for that. But it's football, bro. It's football. Man's just showing off the games. Look at this guy. Big up Back of the Net podcast. Make sure you're following. No, man, it's a hot day, man. Man's got vest on. Where was you yesterday, mate? You weren't there. I don't want to talk too tough, but yeah, I weren't anywhere as well as at home. He didn't reject us. He rejected that fraud Amarin. One thing about United, you man are shameless. So now it's just an Amarin thing. Scammer win. Wonder if he gets fired before December. I'm starting the rumor now. Kai Havertz is going Saudi for the bag. If you're Kai, you're not going anywhere, bro. Realistically, like the manager loves you. I think most fans, like balanced fans, you shouldn't have bought you. You're not the guy, but like you're not mad shit. You just shouldn't be the starter. So you've got that. You're comfortable in London. You just got married. I'm sure you got a you. You ain't going nowhere. You're not going. You're on mad money. You're not in no rush to go anywhere. You probably have a sense of, yo, you know what, Arsenal, we've been sniffing since I've been here at the Premier League. You're not going nowhere, bro. You're not going nowhere. I don't know. If he's offered something from Saudi, he might consider something. Bearing in mind it is a World Cup year as well. It'll be testing for him, man. It'll be testing for him. It'll actually be I want to see what we do with Kai Havertz. Again, I'm going to throw this out there. If his form is out of this world, in some imaginary world, he's looking like Bastian Schweinsteiger in the middle of the park, you deserve to play. If for some way you look like a mad striker, you deserve to play. But I want to see how it looks like. Because if you like realistically, if you named Arsenal's strongest 11 and just assume Kai Havertz is the striker, I know we've seen Marino. You named Arsenal's strongest 11. We're talking about striker. You need a striker that's going to upgrade that. I don't know if Kai Havertz is going to play a midfield or is genuinely a better option than a Zubimendi, a Partey, a Rice, or Odegaard in the 10. Arteta's got a lot to ponder about. He's got a lot. Because your love for Kai Havertz can't be greater than getting Arsenal over the line. Any striker worth their weight should be able to easily displace Havertz and score minimum 19 goals. Look at the chances Havertz missed. I hear it. Are we selling Jesus this window? I wouldn't hold my breath, man. I had to disconnect myself from Arsenal during the Rob Holding days. I can't even lie. It was so painful to watch Arsenal. I forgot he was a fan. Boy. Do you know what? I won't diss Rob Holding too much because you stood tall in an FA Cup final. I'll give you that. But one of the times I've been peed off the most, and I think it summed up what we used to be, is when Rob Holding, remember the first year, 2022, 23, we fought for the league. I can't even remember the scores for the life of me. I just remember Rob Holding scoring and doing that. You're not serious, man. You're not serious, man. We should sell Kivio this window. If he wants to stay, he's staying, man. I want him to stay. If he says I want to cut, then he's got to go, man. Because he's probably got a market. But the Italian clubs, they're going to do the stack notes and at broke thing. They're going to say, oh, Arsenal, we haven't got money, We ain't. Can we do a loan with an option? Can we be cheap? Keyword option. Can we do loan with an obligation? Now, if we're selling Kivio to another Premier League side, we need to get bread. But I wouldn't sell him if I could, man. You're part of the squad. But for him, I don't know how he looks at it. Because I do think there's one thing for Arteta to learn now. When I say rotation, I don't necessarily mean you have to not start players, but being a bit cute and clever with resting players and giving chances to others. Maybe Arteta's learned that. So if you're Kivio, you've benefited from that. Very different because you got your chance again where there's been injuries. But you're thinking maybe the gaffer's going to change in that regards. Maybe the gaffer's seen that I'm exaggerating, but I might be better than Gabriel Magalhaes. I might be levels. I might be able to get more game time. I might feel more confident. Or if you're Kivio, you might say, do you know what? As romantic as it's been, I stood tall against Real Madrid and whatnot. My chance only came because there was injuries, which has been the case 24/7. I feel confident. I've reminded people of myself. Maybe my employers think, you know what? They might want to let me go because I put myself in the shop window. I want to go play football. And he's played in Italy before. AC Milan's a good team to be playing for. Boy, Kivio wouldn't be the first through the door, in my opinion. Definitely not. There's several players that need to go before him because it's not like he's on mad wages. It's not like he's not a decent squad player, but it's probably the only player that's really genuinely got a market. Like, it's all fun and games saying sell Kai Havertz, sell Gabriel Jesus, sell Tomiyasu, sell this one, sell that one. But have they got a market? And what I mean by that is if they're injured at this moment in time, are people running to sign them? I don't know. Or they, clubs might want them, but their wages are a myth, or Arsenal might want a certain transfer fee, or these players might be happy. I'm not saying this is the case with Zinchenko because I don't necessarily believe it. But if you're Zinni, piggy banking off, Arteta might have learned to rest players. I'm a Premier League winner. I got a lot to. Could be his thinking. I'm a Premier League winner. I got a lot to offer Arsenal. I think I can get my spot back. Maybe the manager uses me in midfield. Maybe I just want to run my deal down and get my wages and my loyalty bonus. Maybe I don't quite feel the moves that are being presented to me. Maybe I don't feel the wages. My family's cool in London. I'm, cool in the group. I don't know. Where Kivio, that's not the case. The Italian rumours ain't gone away with Kivio. They haven't gone anywhere with Kivio, essentially. Again, rumours and actually fronting up cash are very different things. What should we call this at the timestamp? Let's call it General Q&A. General chit chat. Big up you lot watching it on the replay, mate. So yeah, that's probably what it is. No one's buying injured players. There you have it. What's the drama? I'm late to the party. We went over the Gyokeres stuff. We're linked with Foden, but that's not really. No one ain't buying that. Kivio shouldn't be let go for less than 40. We paid 29 and he's much better now. Good luck, Italian clubs. Yeah, but they swindle, man. They swindle, man. Trent is shameless showing up to his unveiling, speaking fluent Spanish. It was funny seeing the Liverpool meltdown online. Hope we don't go through it with our players. But if Saka left on a free and he won us a Premier League champs, I'd be vexed. But one love and to a foreign club. Actually, perfect time to sell him, but Kivio was even better than Saliba in the running. You cannot get to sell injured players. And you're right, there is a degree of, you know what, his value's never been higher. It's not the same, but because you said that, it made me think of Ainsley Maitland-Niles in the sense that we had a chance to just get some money. We didn't, and you saw what happened there. So maybe. Kai actually does good for us, but he's definitely a squad player. It was unfair to ask him to be the leading man. DG got a real community of real people, man. Bless up the chat and real ones. Without you lot, boy, it's dead. We need to get rid of 5. Offer him a new contract is a big L from the club. Have I missed the Foden talk? I wouldn't mind him at Arsenal. Could play on both wings in the 10. I trust the club to get a striker in. Everyone we've been linked to is better than Marino and Kai, so it'll be an improvement. And even Kai is hitting decent figures. Just get it done so we can do pre-season. Can never have smoke for holding. We had Mustafi who gave opposition attackers confidence. That's how Rugby was. We had the worst at Arsenal, in my opinion. If there's one thing I won't forgive Mustafi for, gosh, and I've said this before, Mustafi, you're a World Cup winner. You're a professional footballer. You've actually played for Arsenal Football Club. I'm just an armchair expert. So you could be listening and thinking I'm chatting shit. And I've never been in this scenario, but say what you want about me. I might play in a final at Wembley and get absolutely terrorized, not made everything, you know, heinous things from a footballing perspective done to me. One thing that will never happen to me without a fight is we're playing a high line. Sergio Aguero has made a bursting run from the halfway line, running down on our goal, rather than pursuing him in an attempt, again, in a final at Wembley, in an attempt to stop him from scoring. The cameraman's doing a better job because he's running and following Sergio Aguero, but you're still stood on the halfway going, and I think this was before VAR, offside, donut, absolute donut. Big up DG, my guys. Calafiori, a long-term centre-back. I believe so, but for me, you're doing up left-back for this foreseeable future. I know people don't want to hear that. We've seen a video of Sesko dunking a basketball between his legs. I know Arteta's having wet dreams over that. Damn. Bayern murder at Auckland City. Arsenal needs to sign players. No, Nusa or Garnacho. Remember, one is Premier League prover. Dead. I'd rather do the Nusa thing. Garnacho and Martinelli in the same squad across the season. Fuck, you know. Yeah, well, I haven't seen the game, but 10-0's dark. It's nasty, isn't it? It's absolutely nasty. Damn, Italian clubs got bread. Italy is rich. Don't get swindled. I mean, but if you're a club that is not in England, that is not an English club, you're gonna swindle these lot. The Premier's getting richer. These men are getting poorer. I guarantee you, the foreign teams love the changed Champions League format a lot more. I guarantee you, like, and I'm not talking about the fans. I'm talking about the people that make the decisions. I guarantee you, all them foreign teams that are in this Club World Cup, especially with the prize money, they love it. If you're Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, Inter, AC, I know Bayern Munich are rich, but Bayern Munich, PSG got P's, but PSG, the foreign teams, you line up that Super League thing, they're there. The English teams as well, don't get it twisted, but the English teams will get shook. Like, oh my God, the fans and all them foreign teams, they're on it. Look at the TV rights. We live in a day and age. Bournemouth are going toe to toe with AC Milan for footballers. We saw that last summer. Crazy. Diabolical. DG, when was the last time you've seen Arsenal do a transfer that had you jump off your seat? Declan Rice. 2, to be fair. Declan Rice, Timber. Because I was saying Timber's our best signing we've made. You lot can see that. It's documented because I was rating Timber. I was rating that signing. Like, that was maybe jump off the seats an exaggeration, but I was very excited about Timber. You can see the videos on my channel. I was gassed about that, to be honest. I was like, yeah, I understand. I'm sure I remember word for word. I was saying, I know Declan Rice was signed for 100-odd million, Premier League proven and that, but this Timber is going to be good for us. Obviously, he's not arrived, like Timber's not arriving like how Mesut Ozil was. Like, he's not a household name like that. But for me, I'd say Timber. If you're talking like household name excitement and that, I told man Pepe it's not going to bang. Said Lacazette's not going to bang. Aubameyang, I was gassed about Aubameyang. Rice, I was gassed about Rice. Like, even the footage when he's wearing the suit and all of that. And I think Stormzy did something around that. I was gassed about that. Alexis Sanchez was over the moon. Mesut Ozil over the moon. I was happy about Saliba, like, because we liked him at Saint Etienne. But nah, not to the level. For the question you're asking me, I wouldn't include him. I was trying to think. Was happy with Magalhaes because I just happened to be watching a lot of Leo that season. But yeah, to go back, Rice, Aubameyang, obviously the Alexis is the Ozils. Santi, to be fair. And I'd say for Santi and Alexis, and actually Ozil with an asterisk, especially when you go to the games, like, especially Alexis, to be fair, like, I knew you was fucking cold. Like, I knew you, like, you clearly a top-class, world-class footballer. Like, you're clearly cold. But you see when you get away from being around Messi and all of them guys, and I'm watching you with my eyes physically in the stadium on TV, I'm truly comprehending how good you are. Crazy. Arsenal moving to the Super League with no UCL, no league titles in over 20 years just wouldn't sit right with me. It's true, but bro, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. Remember, all of these lot are with it, really. That's why you're never going to see City relegated and, you know, all of those things. And the Premier League wouldn't want any real sanctions to City. They wouldn't want Spurs, but even that, they wouldn't want Spurs or United to get relegated, which could have been the case. There's a cartel, bro. Like, if there was a Super League announced right now, Liverpool are there, Arsenal are there, City are there, Spurs have put themselves in that, United are there, them kind of teams are there. Newcastle are going to join that club because they got bread. They're going to join that. Yeah, man. DG wasn't gassed on Saliba. No way anyone saw that coming. The only one that gassed me was Ozil. Smokey, I beg you go on my YouTube channel. Because that's what I like about YouTube. It's documented. Go and watch the videos I did. I'm sure there's a title one where Saliba at Saint Etienne is a fucking good player. So when I'm watching these guys and they're actually signing for Arsenal, of course I couldn't predict he's going to be like this good, but you know what I mean? But to go back to what you said, now actually gassed, it's Alexis, it's Ozil, it's Aubameyang, it's Rice, to a degree Santi, but these lot are all to a greater level. So yeah, man. We used to scout in France, Spain, and other places. We need to get back to that. We found some gems. Bro, we found Brazilians who are eligible to play for Croatia and do play for Croatia in the Croatian League. We found Dons that are playing in Germany from Belarus, like crazy, bro. And remember, Haleb doesn't get his plaudits because Haleb was doing the low socks thing when you could get fly kicked and no VAR is saving you. Party on deadline day. To be fair, shout, I was happy about Partey, but I remember how that felt. I was just more relieved. I didn't have the capacity to be gassed about Partey because it was just an hour apart. Summer, is it going to happen? It's not going to happen. It is. You had Romano and Ornstein. It's not going to happen. You had, what's my man? The ITK, man. Them lot were saying it's not going to happen. There was an ITK, man. And to be fair, I don't condemn or condone the ITKs, but when you get it right, you have to get your plaudits. There was an ITK saying, yeah, no, we're going to get Partey. We are going to get him. So this random person with no display picture was saying, we're going to get Partey. Romano and Ornstein were saying, we're not going to get him. Obviously, everyone's going to side with them, man. We obviously got Partey. Relief more than anything. I'll give you one I was gassed about. Marquinhos. Of course, I'm chatting shit. 30 mil for Foden. Would you take him at Arsenal? Yeah, before they think twice. 30 million. They'll be bumping themselves. But Partey's one as well. No, DG was the only one who watched Saliba in France in the fan base. To be honest, it did loan reports on it. Fake. I don't know about the only one to watch him, but it's documented. I'd love us to sign Gyokeres, man. Yo, DG, when you going to hop on P5 so I can destroy you on FIFA? I can't remember my username. I think it's Deluded. Gooner. Add me. I ain't played my P5 in a couple of weeks. I ain't saying I'm the best on FIFA and that, but yeah, play me. But I only want to play you if we're allowed, if we're betting money, and if we're betting money, you can score sweats. You can score sweaty goals. That's my conditions. Minimum expectations for you next season from you, DG. Expectations lead to disappointments. Define expectations. We're Arsenal Football Club, so we always have to play. I always want us to play at our best with conviction, be the best we can be, and just keep up the, wanting to be ambitious, really, and keep the aspirations of getting this football club where it needs to be. I want to feel that and see that transmitted from my players, my management, my manager, and everybody week in, week out. So yeah, like, there's expectations. You've asked minimum expectations. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There's a lot of things to consider. It's such an easy question, but it's also a vast one. Now that's the PR answer. Trophies, bro. Ideally the Prem. In fact, ideally Dreamworld, the champs. Prem. You can save 1-2 face with the League Cup or FA Cup, but I don't even think that's saving people, man. What's up, DG? Working at the moment. Big up yourself. I want to say yo, and hopefully we make big signings next week. I hope so, man. Trossard was a meaty signing. And that's harsh, man, because Arteta has been quite stush to sign attackers. Trossard's probably been his best one. Like, actual guy that he signed. Odegaard, Trossard. He failed upwards to a degree with Marino up front. Same with Kai. I wouldn't include them. William was shit. God knows what Mudryk would have looked like, good or bad, if he signed for us. Bit harsh on Trossard, man. Trossard's calm, man. Probably yeah. Trossard's cool, man. You're boying Trossard. You're boying him. Harsh. Pardon me. Arsenal won't sign an Argentine with all the Brazilians we have in the team. Would disrupt the locker. Forget that, man. You can sign anyone, man. Forget that. I want that. Have the banter, man. I know Saka plays for England, but he's of Nigerian heritage, right? You think he's not running Jollof will banter with Party? You think Eddie and Katie weren't running that? Do all of that, man. But when we step out there, we're dying for each other. DJ, I didn't believe everyone was like, yeah, Saliba would bang at Arsenal when he was just in France. I hear that at one point, I actually thought Saliba would leave, you know. Remember he had that little weird period where he didn't go on loan and he just wasted away. I thought, yeah, they might get rid of him, but is what it is. I was sick to my stomach that summer, man. All we had done was sign Gabby, Williams, Cedric, Marie, Runnison before that party deal. Fucking hell, Runnison. I'll be real. I think Runnison and Marquinhos are two of the shittest signings I've seen since Edu and Arteta walked in. I think they are the two shittest. I actually think they William as well. But Marquinhos, I never rate Marquinhos. You're the first footballer I've not rated just from highlights. And we all know why you shouldn't rate people or disregard players. That was the first player I thought, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It's fraudulent. And Runnison was the first player. As you lot know, I always sit here and say, give people a chance. And I still maintain that, right? But I can remember vividly. I can't remember much, but I can remember Lacazette and Martinelli were the only two good players for me when we played Arsenal. When Arsenal played City in the League Cup, Runnison played. And I remember I was watching the game. The camera panned to Runnison, and as I said, he looked like he was plucked from the fans, bro. Like from the fans, he looked like he was plucked from the stadium to play. He just looked shook. I didn't see no warm up, catch a ball, nothing. I was like, yeah, you look shook. And you're a human, you can be shook, but horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm not gonna say Sterling. We're not gonna get onto the yard, man. But fucking hell, Sterling, mate. Fucking hell, geezer. How can expectations be on the floor and it's still disappointing? Hey, Sterling, that was a shit loan still. And the maddest thing is, it's probably been good for you beyond the obvious on a personal point of view, because even though you ain't smashed the like button, by the way, you ain't played a lot or done nothing. You've played a lot more football than what was on the cards at Chelsea, because they were putting you with the under 23s, 21s, whatever. Madness. Big up you for signing up your son to Arsenal's academy, though, man. Your son's going to do you proud. Marquinhos was crazy work, man. Basically came for work experience. They need to tell me that Marquinhos was brown envelopes, because then I will stop saying it's a flop, because that means the signing made sense. Because for what I can see right now, I don't get it. And I know things go wrong and we're being a bit silly, but genuinely, like, whose idea was it with Marquinhos? Because we talk about collaboration. So that means one scout scouted him, for example. Then he probably had his fellow scout go and watch him to provide a different opinion. Then probably the next one, everyone agreed he's cold. There's negotiations going on. There's tactical analysis going on. We think he's good, but clearly can get better. We thought this was a market opportunity, like the 3 million is going to turn into a mad thing. It's like Runnison. Like, nobody at any point thought, oh, he's shit. Unless it was a thing where, like, he's shit, but we need to do this now. I don't know, man. Dennis Suarez. Yeah, Dennis Suarez was meaty, but I can't say Dennis Suarez was the worst signing. William, definitely worse. Sterling, definitely worse. Marquinhos didn't really get a chance, definitely worse. And I clocked it was over for Marquinhos, because I need to get back to it, but we was doing loan reports, and obviously I do my best to watch the loan players, and if I can't watch them, like, I'll watch channels like fan channels or forums or like scouting reports or anything around, like, let's just say Miles Lewis-Skelly went on loan to, I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but Sunderland. I would consume as much of that content and how the fans feel and that. And I remember when Marquinhos went to Norwich, must be like the first 2 games, they were like, fucking hell, he's unplayable. After that, the fans were saying they can't believe this year was that they were questioning Arsenal signed him. Like, I was watching it. Like, people were saying, fucking hell, like we thought we here get the Arsenal loanee Brazilian winger. That's gonna gas a little old Norwich, respectfully. Rio Ferdinand doesn't rate Gyokeres. Yeah, we covered that yesterday. Dennis Suarez only played 30 minutes. You know what? Dennis Suarez is a bit of a blur still. Now, Sterling was good. He got man of the match in the UCL. Marquinhos is why you can't watch YouTube comps and get gassed. Anyone can look like Prime Messi or comp. But that's the thing, what I'm saying, Nathan. You look shit in the comps. You're right, generally, but that's my point. Marquinhos looks shit in the comps. Whoever made and found the tapes, they had nothing to work with, mate. Yeah, we're not getting Foden. Neto was moving mad. Yeah, Neto was meaty. To be fair, Neto, you scared me against your honor. Did we at least make a profit on Marquinhos? I hope so. You see conflicting reports. Some say, oh, yeah, it's 2.5 million. Some say we made 3 million. You'd imagine there's a sell-on clause. Crazy. Imagine it. Okay, no, Marquinhos. Whose idea was that? Where do you think Sterling will go now? It's dark. I don't see him going to America this season. I don't see him going Saudi this year. Honestly, what, you got a year left? Maybe Chelsea will bite the bullet and mutually terminate his contract. If not that, it's probably a loan somewhere, isn't it? A loan that financially or figures-wise, maybe not with what we saw with Sterling, makes sense. And I don't know who that is. Is that a club that's just been promoted? I'm not really sure, man. Could stay in London, but where would you go? Could you pattern a loan to Brentford? Would they go for that? Would Palace go for that? Could you have a future at Chelsea? Would Arsenal sign you permanently? I don't know. Boy, why does it look like PSG playing at College Stadium? I have no clue. Man did like one step over. That was the highlight of his comps. No, I didn't even see that. It was just dead. It was just horrible. Leighton Orient. You know. Would you sell Zini Kivio plus 20 million for Rafael? The way you put the conversation there, yeah. Marquinhos, that back pass merchant, Edu literally scammed the club. Boy, facts, his comps were some of the deadest I've seen. But I watched 3 minutes of a 4-minute comp. I said, yeah, safe. I will give Marquinhos one thing though. You played against Man United at under 21s level, and you looked a player. Maybe that is your level. You looked a player, man. Because it's a college stadium. That stadium is bigger than almost every European stadium. DG, where's the watch along? To be fair, there is no watch along. I didn't think you lot don't really care when I do watch alongs for things that are not necessarily Arsenal related. So I didn't think you lot care, man. But I'll get on that, man. Jesus plus 60 million for Gyokeres. Jesus ain't got no sporting though, man. We need to stop letting the Americans run these big sports. They're only good with their own sports. Damn. I don't think he wants to do championship thing. Honestly, in my heart, I genuinely think Sterling believes he can go World Cup next year. And these are the ones now where your agent needs to earn them. Well, to be fair, agents probably earned the check because Sterling, he played for some big clubs. It didn't work out for you, but Chelsea to Arsenal was a decent move for you for a year, isn't it? Really and truly. New stuff for 40 million would be a great deal. A comp is meant to show what a player does when they're on the ball. Bro, but that's my point. I never saw nothing. DG, you need to do some FM streams ASAP, no Rocky. I need to get back on that. Next week, we'll definitely do that, man. A lot of man gas up meaty players on the ball because they're a bunch of goals on a comp. Leicester Wolves would have sold that stadium in the UK. Boy. So, yeah, man. With that being said, though, man, it's Father's Day. It's Sunday. We've been here for an hour and 90 minutes. Why waste you lot's time, man? We've gone over Gyokeres. We've gone over these Foden rumours. We've spoken about a lot of stuff, man. I'm going to put the timestamps in immediately. I'm going to cut up the transfer news part and get that out there for you lot. On that note, though, man, you lot smash the like button, subscribe. Appreciate you lot. And I'll see you lot tomorrow, man, in a bit.